Hey guys, what's up? So our today's topic is typecasting. It is a very easy topic. So typecasting means cast one data type to other data type. That means convert one data type to other data type. So typecasting is of two types: implicit typecasting and explicit typecasting. So first of all, we will talk about implicit typecasting. So let's make a new file, compile and run. Okay, so let's name it typecasting .cpp. Okay, so first of all, we are talking about implicit typecasting. So tell me what will be my output if I do cout 2 plus 3. Obviously, my output will be 5, no issue. But if I do char c equals character a and then I write cout c plus, let's make it a, cout a plus 3, what will be my output? Let's run it. So my output is coming out to be 100. Why? So what happened is, this plus operator is defined for numbers. It is not defined for characters. So what this plus operator is doing, it is converting a to its ASCII value, which is 97, and then it is adding 3 to it. So 97 plus 3 comes out to be 100. Okay, so this is called typecasting. This character a has been converted into 97. Okay, so we have not typecasted, it is done automatically by the compiler. That's why it is called implicit. Implicit means automatically type conversion. It is done by compiler, not by us. Okay, so let's see some more example of implicit typecasting. So instead of character a here, we can also write c, because variable c contain character a only. Now if I write cout character c, variable c multiply 3, what will happen? Comment it out. Now let's build and run. So 291 is my output. So what is happening here? Just a second. So this multiplication operator is also defined for numbers. It is not defined for characters. So it is typecasting. It is converting variable c, which is holding character a, into its ASCII value, which is 97, and 97 multiplied by 3 is coming out to be 291. Okay, so I hope you know what is typecasting, implicit typecasting. So let's see some more example. So implicit typecasting, character plus integer is an integer. Okay, similarly integer plus float is float. Integer divided by float is float. And similarly integer divided by integer is an integer. So typecasting means you have float, then you have integers, then you have characters, and then you have bool. Okay, so char can be converted to integer, char can be converted to float, and similarly integer can be converted to float, and similarly bool can be converted to char, integer or float. Okay, so this is implicit typecasting. You can remember some of the rules. There is one more rule. Character plus character is an integer. Why? Because this plus operator is defined for integers, and so it will convert character into ASCII value, this character to its ASCII value, and then add those ASCII value, and we will get integer as an output. So let's see some more examples to make things clear. So first of all, we will see some more example. Character plus integer. So how to find ASCII value of a character? What we will do, we will write cout. For example, I want to find the ASCII value of character A, capital A. So what will I do? Capital A plus 0. Okay, so character plus integer, my output will be a integer. So let's build and run. So my output is 65, which is the ASCII value of capital A. Similarly, you can find the ASCII value in this fashion of any character. For example, cout. Let's say I want to find the ASCII value of small d. So plus 0. Okay, so 65 and 100, because I have not given end line here. So let's comment it out. And now let's run it again. Okay, so 100 is the ASCII value of character D. Okay, so let's see some more example. For example, if I do char ch equals capital A, and then I am printing cout ch plus 1. So obviously my answer will be end line. So my answer will be 66. Okay, so the ASCII value of character A is 65 and plus 1, so my output will be 66. 66 is getting printed. Now what if I do ch equals ch plus 1, and then we are printing ch. So what will be my output? Let's comment it out also. So what will be my output? Okay, so let's run it. So capital B is getting printed, but why? So let's see. So in this case, my output was 66, and in this case, my output is capital B. So in this case, what happened is, when you write cout ch plus 1, so the value of ch was 65, and then you are adding 1, so the output was 66. I already told you character plus integer is an integer. This is implicit typecasting. Okay, so but when you will do ch equals ch plus 1, so the output of this expression is an integer, no doubt. Okay, so according to this rule, the value of this expression is an integer, no doubt. But what you are doing, you are converting this integer into a character. Basically, integer is of 4 bytes. Okay, so it is of 4 bytes. And what you are doing, you are converting these 4 bytes, this integer, into this character which is of 1 byte. So the character corresponding to, so ch plus 1 is 66. So the character corresponding to value 66 is getting inserted into this box ch. Okay, so this is B. ch, this part, the output of this is an integer, and the character mapped with integer is getting stored into variable ch, and then you are printing that variable which is b. Let's see one more example to make things clear. So what we will do, ch equals ch plus 10. Okay, so let's build and run. First of all, let's comment out this line and also comment out this line. So comment this line also. Okay, so the value of variable c is capital A, and then you are adding 10 to it. So what will happen? Build and run. Okay, so we are not printing anything. Let's print something. Cout ch. So character k is getting printed because the ASCII value of character k will be, just a second, this value is capital A, which is 65. You are adding 10 to it, so ch equals ch plus 10. This whole value is 75. Okay, so the character corresponding to 75 is getting stored in variable ch, which is k, and then you are printing this character k here. Okay, so very easy. Now let us see one of the most important thing, wraparound. Okay, so what is wraparound? Wraparound. Okay, so I told you character plus character is an integer. Okay, so I told you about this. So what will happen if you print cout character A plus character A? So what will be my output? My output will be 65 plus 65, which is 130. No doubt. But what will happen if you write char ch equals capital A plus capital A? Then I told you that the output of this expression is an integer, which is 130, and the character corresponding to 130 will be stored in variable ch. But there is a problem. In the last class I told you that the range of character data type is from -128 to 127. So there is nothing called 130. Okay, so what will happen? So what happen is, generally this is -128, then -127, 126 and 127. So when you are standing here, and if you do +1, 127 plus 1, so you will reach here. Okay, so you are standing at 127, and if you do +1, you will reach here. This thing is called wraparound. Wraparound. Okay, so 127 plus 1 is -128. Similarly, 127 plus 2 is -127. 127 plus 3 is equals to -126. So in this case, this value is 130. So the character corresponding to 130 is getting stored in ch, and that character is mapped with -126. Okay, so for example, if you write char ch is equals to 127, so the character corresponding to 127 is stored in variable ch, and then if you do ch equals ch plus 1, that is 127 plus 1, which will be equals to -128 due to wraparound. So -128, the character corresponding to -128 will be stored in variable ch, and if you print cout ch, so that character will be printed. which is mapped to minus 128. So this wraparound things happens with other data type as well. For example, I told you that the range of integers is from minus 2 to the power 31, 2 to the power 31 minus 1. So this was the range of int. So actually this thing is called int max. And this thing is called int min. So here I am having int min and you have int max here. So if you will add plus 1 to the int max, you will reach int min. Okay, so this is wraparound. Int max is nothing, it is just 2 to the power 31 minus 1. This value has been given some name and that name is int max. Similarly, int min is nothing, it is minus 2 to the power 31. It is just, int min is just the name of this value. Okay, so now let us talk about explicit typecasting. So implicit typecasting which was done automatically. We are not doing anything, it is done automatically by the compiler. So I told you, remember this thing, float, then you have integers, then you have characters, and then you have bool. So from lower to upper, this is called implicit typecasting because these type conversion are done automatically by the compiler. But what if I want to do the reverse? I want to convert integer to character. So we are doing the reverse. So this thing will be called explicit typecasting. Okay, so let's see an example. So for explicit typecasting, what you will do, let's comment it out also. So for explicit typecasting, what you will do, for example, you are having char ch equals character A. Suppose you want to convert this character into integer. What you will do, you will just write int and then you will write ch. So this thing is called explicit typecasting. So what is the value of variable val? It is nothing but 65. Okay, so let's build and run. So 65 is getting printed. Okay, so this is called explicit typecasting. We are typecasting ourselves. Let's take one more example. For example, bool b equals true. Int x equals typecast b, and then you are printing the value of x. So what will be my output? My output will be 1. So 1 is getting printed. Why 1? Because true means 1, false means 0. Simple. Now let's see one more example. Int y equals 70 char ch equals y, and then you are printing ch. So what will be my output? So the value of variable y is 70 and then you are converting that 70 into a character. So the character mapped with 70 will get printed. So there is an error in this line. Oh, so the error is we have already declared the variable ch. So let's change the name ABC. ABC. Okay, so you can't have two variables with the same name. So the character mapped with 70 is capital F. Okay. So what is the problem? What is the problem with typecasting? So the problem is very simple. Float, int, char and bool. If you are going from lower to upper, if you are converting any lower into upper, in that case we don't have any problem. For example, if you want to typecast character into integer, what will happen? This is of 1 byte and the integer is of 4 bytes. So this 1 byte can easily be copied in this integer. But as soon as you try and reverse, for example, you want to convert integer in a character. In the last example, we did something like this also. What we did, int y was 70 and char abc char y. So if you want to do this, so what are you doing? This is y, 4 bytes, and this is my character, just 1 byte. And what this statement is doing, it will copy only 1 byte into the character, and all this data will be lost. Okay, so in this case my data is not lost because the variable y is containing small value, and 70 can be written in 8 bytes. So this is 8 bits and the remaining is 24 bits. So 70 can be written in 8 bits, that's why there is no data loss. But if the number was very large, for example, let's say if the number was this, and then if you typecast this integer into a character, then there will be a data loss. Okay, so I hope you come to know what is implicit and explicit typecasting. Implicit typecasting means which is done automatically by the compiler. For example, character plus integer is an integer, integer divided by float is a float, and integer plus float is float. Similarly, integer into character is an integer. Okay, and character plus character is also an integer. In this case, wraparound possibility is there. And in explicit typecasting, what you will do, for example, you will write char ch is equals to typecast into character, and if let's say int y equals 10, you will write something like this. Okay, so this is explicit. We are converting. In this case, this is called implicit. It is done automatically by the compiler. And the last thing today that we learned is wraparound. Okay, if you are standing at the maximum value and you will add +1, you will reach the minimum value. Okay, so this is it for this video. Thanks for watching.